This is a tech review. In today's tech review, we'll be looking at the latest and greatest offering from GoPro. So every year when GoPro announces their new camera, their latest offering, I ask myself one question, which is why? Why, GoPro, should I spend 450 bucks on another GoPro when I have my old GoPro that still works, because these things never die, and now I have a cell phone that has a super wide angle lens on it. It's sort of kind of waterproof, and it takes like an okay enough video image. And that existential question is kind of all I care about and all I'm gonna focus on in this review. This is a $6,000 camera rig. This is the new $450 GoPro Hero9. $6,000, $450. The front-facing screen. GoPro, it's about time. The girth is bigger, definitely like taller and fatter and wider, and it's heavier. There's this like fetish with especially like cell phones and small cameras as well, to get them as small as possible. In fact, remember when GoPro launched that's like tiny GoPro called the GoPro Session, and it was so small in the commercial for it, a guy had it in his mouth and you could see out of his mouth while the dentist was like working on his teeth. But you had to sacrifice everything. Like the battery didn't last long, it didn't have any buttons on it, there's no interface. I don't need to film myself at the dentist. This new GoPro, which is bigger, I can still attach to a helicopter blade. I can still put on my surfboard. I can still attach to my bike or my truck or whatever I want to do. It's small enough. But what you get in return for that increase in size, which is negligible, is you get like a much bigger battery. You get a proper front-facing screen that lets you frame your shots, and it makes it easier for vlogging, and when you attach it to something, you can actually see what you're shooting. It's like small enough is totally good enough. I don't need them to be tiny. And about GoPro's biggest competitors. They make a good product, but after using the 9 for like a week and a half, you realize GoPro's learned a lot in 9 generations of making this camera. And that's particularly embodied in this new device. So when tech companies launch a new product, they typically have like launch events. Last year's, for example, GoPro's launch event was at a water park. So like you could test out the product and stuff, but it was also like a fun day at a water park. But we're in the midst of a global pandemic, so like can't have any fun events. So what do? The GoPro Dune Buggy. Come on! Now, the assumption here is that the remote control car is to test out the image stabilization on this camera, but I think, you know, GoPro's smart, and I think they know that tech reviewers like me, we're just all big nerds, and we're total suckers for remote control dune buggies. Nice one, GoPro. All right, so try to pay attention to how good the stabilization is. I'm not doing any stabilizing in post here. Everything you see is in camera. I put so much effort into my videos and the cinematography and all that, and you do like 5 million views a video. It's just you sitting and talking to camera. Do you even own a GoPro? What is that thing? What is that? Stand up! Stand up! Stand up! So did they do it? In a world where there's like a lot of good enough options, do you need the best? If this wide angle lens video camera on my cell phone is a cheeseburger, do you need the steak? If the old Honda Civic works well enough to get you to and from where you need to go, do you need a Lambo? Yes, GoPro made the best camera they've ever made. I didn't even get into the fact that it has interchangeable lenses. It's incredible, it's perfect in every way, but whether or not you need to shell out the $450 to get it is entirely up to whether or not there's a marketplace for excellent when the world is saturated with good enough.
Look at that.
That's a remote controlled car. You want to play with it?